Hello, Warren here again with the Peach State Prime Transformers channel. And today's video is the conclusion to kind of a mini-series of videos that I've had here. For those that don't know, I've kind of gone through and reorganized a lot of my Transformers displays in an effort just to refreshen things and to make things a little bit easier to see, you know, and it's not just all jumbled together, and to just really appreciate all the pieces to my collection. Now, I've shown kind of what I'm calling my definitive versions of characters from Generations and Studio Series to kind of my other, Generations figures that are still great, but I have something that's a little bit more close to the original character on what I call my main shelves now. Showed my my alternators, how I have them set up now with 3D printed shelving. I've shown my Transformers 1 figures from Studio Series, my Beast Wars Generations figures. I've shown what I call my annex, which is out in my main basement area, which contains a lot of non-transforming and some transforming figures, but stuff along the lines of Lego, Funko Pops, statues, blockies, and Yellow Park models, all that kind of fun stuff. So what I'm going to show today in my last entry is really kind of those odds and ends. All this is also outside of my basement, but separate from, again, what I kind of called my annex out there. And, it contains some more interesting stuff. And hope you'll join me for this last entry in my reorganization efforts. All right, so first thing, this man cave door. This is the door to my main Transformers room / office. Right over here to the left, I have some nice pieces. These are from BotCon 2022, or 2022 rather. These were two comic-inspired prints that were put up for sale, and they are both signed by both Simon Furman and Bob Budiansky. You can see their signatures there. These are just really cool. And then up here, get this cobweb out of the way. This is signed. This was also from BotCon 2022. More cobwebs, sorry folks. And these are all the characters that were this really textured lithograph. These are all the characters that were voiced by Frank Welker, and of course Frank Welker was there that year, and he signed this in person. So that's one of my favorite pieces I have. So it's kind of front and center right next to my main room. Over here to the right of the entrance, these are my crossovers. So I got the two Jada. I have the Optimus Prime done up like the Ecto-1. I have the Ecto-1 done up like Optimus Prime. I got my two that I have so far of the Hot Wheels crossovers. Got Star Eagle with his American flag accessory that I added. I got the Ninja Turtle crossover, Party Wallop. Michelangelo was always my favorite Ninja Turtle because he's a party dude. So that's who I have for his head there. Going down here, I got my Target Optimus Prime and Bullseye, Gigawatt from Back to the Future, and of course Ectotron from Ghostbusters. And then down here, these are more what I call vintage merchandise or artifacts. A little dusty, a little beat up, but they're fun to have. I got Bubble Blower, that's an Ultra Magnus voice changer, Optimus Prime Bubble Blower, stamp, just like a bag clip, bike, couple different radios there, slide puzzle. And then down here I got some knockoff bootlegs. I got a Rock'em Sock'em Optimus Prime. Showed that off in a video when I retrieved him, I should say. Unfortunately, that's all I got left of that set. And then, of course, I got the bootleg or knockoff mini Fortress Maximus. I have his head. I just have to locate it. I know it's around here somewhere. Tangentially related, I do have my Voltron stuff here. That is a bootleg Toys R Us vehicle Voltron. And we got some of them more classic, again, kind of knockoffs. That's the Titanic bot there. Dinosaurs. Then some other little transforming robots, and that continues up here with other robot toys. I got my little GoBots collection here. King of the Hills over here. That's not really related. I do have my collection of McChangeables and other McDonald's robots here. Both new and vintage. Just one of those things I always like. Some other random toys there, and then some other robots here, including some that transform. Now, I actually ducked back into my main Transformers room because I was talking about crossovers. And this is one crossover item that's rather unique. It is fan art that I had commissioned at Anime Week in Atlanta probably 20-25 years ago. Always thought it'd be fun to have Ryoko from Tenchi Muyo fight Starscream, and that's what they came up with. So, just another cool kind of crossover piece I have in my collection. Alright, and up here kind of hiding on this air duct with some magnetic hooks are my Transformers Hot Wheels. I got the Track Fleet Ultra Magnus. Got both versions of Bumblebee. Of course, the second one referencing Goldbug a little bit more. The Color Shifters tracks. Then, of course, the Track Fleet, Optimus Prime. And then the little Jada set with the 3 different G1-inspired vehicle modes. And then I got this Cyber World Megatron blind bag keychain. Just a fun item. I just have it hanging up here. And if you didn't notice, we are back out into the basement area. Speaking of Hot Wheels, I did collect all 5 of the Hot Wheels skate Transformers items. I like the artwork on the actual boards, and you know, it's not that I'm a skateboarder, but they look nice, you know, in the package. So I said, why not? Alright, then we passed by some Ghostbusters stuff here, as well as kind of our in-home arcade area. I do have some of the reaction figures that were put out by Super7 that are Transformers. And I have them, you know, with all these other carded retro figures, mostly Marvel that Hasbro put out, but have some other, you know, a couple other reaction figures here and there, mostly when I got a good deal on them, which is the case for these Transformers ones. So I got the Holiday Optimus Prime, Gold Bumblebee, Grimlock, Megatron, Starscream, Reflector, Blitzwing, and then 2 with the Transformers the movie artwork on them, Galvatron and Hot Rod. And, you know, I like these. I think they look better carded than they would be loose, simply because the card is really part of the deal when you're looking at these retro figures. And no, they don't transform, but they're still very much a welcome addition to my collection. Alright, folks, so this is probably going to be the shortest entry into this little series, but want to do one final video just to show off kind of these, again, what I call odds and ends that are kind of throughout my basement. The crossover figures being, you know, the most like a classic Transformer, and those artifacts or play toys that were put out there, merchandise, you could call it. And then, of course, you know, you got stuff that's officially licensed, like the Hot Wheels and the reaction figures behind me here. Anyways, hope you enjoyed not only this video, but this series. If you did, you know, feel free to give it a like here on YouTube. And, of course, leave a comment. You know, how do you display? Do you keep all your Transformers stuff together? Or do you kind of have it, you know, separated by, you know, line, series, manufacturer, what have you? And of course, subscribe to the Peach State Prime Transformers channel. So, you know, on occasion, also have another video like this if I make any big changes to my collection. This is just such a big undertaking that I wanted to document it and, you know, maybe inspire some other people with some ideas. Again, this is just my way of doing things. Not necessarily the only or the best way, but, you know, people seem to enjoy, you know, the collection maintenance videos, I should say. So, again, wanted to share with everybody. Anyways, you can learn more about me and my YouTube efforts at peachstateprime.com. Otherwise, again, I really want to thank you for watching this video. Hope you have a great day, and God bless.